Changing your relationship with time is the key to you getting what you want out of your life, you living how you want to live, and you becoming the person who is capable of it all. What does this mean, changing our relationship to time? Well, you have a past, you have a future, and we have these brilliant minds that try to make sense of all of this. We can remember our past, we can imagine our future, yet we can never actually live within it. So this is this timeline that we have of our lives. Past, present, future. Yet we're all here in the present moment watching this video. So changing our relationship to all of this will allow us to better think, feel, and behave within this present moment so that we can begin to create the results that we want to create, and so that we can begin to live how we want to live. So changing our relationship to time can first of all start with the past. We have these magnificent minds, like I said. You have a past that is unlike anyone else's. Because your past is unique to you, it has created a certain perception of reality that you hold. So you are living your own life. I am living my own life. Because of the things that I have gone through and because of the things that you have gone through, it is determining our outlook on the world and our outlook on ourselves. So, your past, all of these years, all of these decades, you have been awake, you have been perceiving things, you have been thinking about different things, you have been in different circumstances, you have dealt with different emotions, dealt with different setbacks. You've learned different things than anybody else on this planet, which makes you entirely unique. But what people find themselves is they find them latched on to this story that has been built up through a past where their perception of what happened may not be entirely accurate. So some people, for instance, I talk to a lot of people about this. They believe that they are not capable of doing what they want to be doing with their lives. They have these big dreams for themselves. They have these goals. They have a certain relationship that they want to be in, a certain quality of it. They have a certain body that they want to be in, a certain physique, a certain level of health, a certain financial status, a certain career. They have these desires, and they are perceiving these desires in a way that is simply due to a culmination of everything that they have gone through in their past. Yet again, sometimes what we have gone through and how we have perceived it and how we have ingrained it and integrated it into our own perceptions is not helpful. And a lot of times it's not even true. So all of these people, which may be you, when they have these huge desires for themselves and they're not coming into fruition, it's because they're not bringing them into fruition because their past has brought themselves and their own perception into a state where it is making it difficult for them to do the things that they need to be doing to attain it. So when we change our relationship to time, we're looking at our past, but we're realizing that the only way that our past can influence us is through the present moment. The only way that you can bring about your past is through you thinking about it. The only way that you can bring up your future, which could entail, again, if you are putting off your dreams and you're not doing the things that you want to do, it may be because you're imagining certain things happening in your future, such as certain failures, certain setbacks, certain criticism and judgment, certain obstacles that you may face. The only way that any of that can arise is through the present moment via thought. So when we're talking about changing our relationship to time, this whole story that you tell yourself about who you are and how life is and how life's going to be, your own perception of reality, this can only arise within the present moment. So changing our relationship looks like you realizing, first and foremost, that right now, this present moment is what your entire life is made up of. Every single year, every single decade that you have been alive, it has been all through a single sprawled out present moment. You can't go back in the past. You can't go into the future. Your life is now. So time is not actually this timeline that we think of past, present, and future. It is all present. This is the significance of the present moment that I continually touch on, and why presence is so important in one's life. Because, again, your past can only arise within the present moment via thought. Your future can only arise via the present moment via thought. And when we become more aware and more conscious of what is arising within consciousness as these thoughts and emotions, we can begin to see time for what it truly is, which is this mental construct that humans magically create. And it's a great thing, but we must realize that any sort of limitations that we're placing upon ourselves, any sort of anxieties that we have about the future, any sort of regrets that we have about the past, anything that we are bringing into our present moment via our thoughts, it's arising within the present moment, it's dissipating, and it changes. So we could leave this on, and I could just be in silence, and you'll notice that you just start thinking. What are the thoughts that you're thinking about? Witness the thoughts. Watch them arise. Watch them dissipate. Watch more thoughts arise. And realize that this entire timeline of your life can only arise right now. When we become more conscious, when we become more aware and more present, we can begin to see things for how it truly is. So this past that you may think has been holding you back and has turned you into somebody who's not capable of achieving your dreams, that is thought arising within the present moment. These anxieties that you have about why you shouldn't move forward, or why you can't move forward, or what will happen if you do move forward, that all arises within the present moment as thought. Being able to see this for what it is, seeing a reality for what it is, and just being with it, is what will allow us to move beyond our past self-perceived limitations. Realize that right now is all you have. Right now is all you ever will have. And your entire future, the rest of your life, is made up of this present moment. And the more and more that we can become aware of what is arising and less automatically reactive, the more that we can begin to determine who we want to be and what we should be doing. So instead of simply thinking about anxieties, instead of just thinking about all of these things that went wrong in the past and letting them weigh you down and being afraid of more failure or more judgment, whatever it may be, treat it as what it is. Thought arising in the present moment, falling away, more thoughts arising. It truly is that simple. When we begin to be more and more with our thoughts and aware of them, instead of simply identified with them and reactive to them, we can begin to change our behaviors, because we're not just automatically controlled and pulled by what is arising within consciousness. So take that as a first step. Be more aware. Witness when you think about making moves towards the life that you want to live, and anxieties come up. or limitations come up. Witness those anxieties, witness those limitations for what they truly are. Thoughts arising within your brilliant mind. And that is all. They come, they go, just like how events in your life come and go. There have been things in your past that you have been so worried about. There have been things that you have dealt with, problems, and they have seemed like they were the most significant thing in the world, and they seemed insurmountable, yet you are here. They come, they go, there's ups in life, there's downs in life, and there's thoughts. There's ups and downs in thoughts, there's ups and downs in emotions. See it for what it truly is. Be a bit more present, be a bit more aware, and realize that as we become more aware and less automatically reactive and identified with our thoughts, we can begin to change our behavior. And that is where you creating the results that you desire come about. You being with those thoughts, with those feelings, and being able to act despite them. And proving to yourself that you are an individual who is capable of doing the things that they know they should be doing despite how they feel about it. Because it's the right thing. Because it is what will move things forward. Because all of the reasons that you're giving yourself to not move forward, they'll come, they'll go, and it is up to you to move on. So your actions will speak louder than words. And begin to prove to yourself that you are capable of moving beyond it all and doing what you need to be doing in order to move the ball forward in your life, in any area of your life. So start small, do something today, preferably right after you finish watching this video. Do something that maybe you've been putting off. Do something that's a little uncomfortable. Do something that is not natural for you. And prove to yourself that you can simply witness these thoughts, witness these emotions that come along with it, yet you can act in accordance with your true desires and how you truly want things to be. You are a magnificent human. Just because things have been happening in your past and just because you have been holding yourself back does not mean that from this moment forward, things can't change. Things can. It is entirely up to you, and you have the power to do so. And that power starts with a bit more presence, starts with a bit more awareness, and being able to witness it all arising and doing what needs done despite it. I hope that helps. If you enjoyed this, please like this video and comment with questions. I will respond to all of them. Share this video with those who need it. I appreciate you. Do something different today to move the ball forward despite what arises within consciousness. Your actions will speak louder than words. I'll see you in the next video.